That's fine. Do
I don't have
that.
an issue.
I just think it's silly to do what you were mentioning earlier, where it's like they're kind of playing a video game, and it's mainly just that's the medium that they need to be in the environment where they can.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like,
Under
don't
the-
hide it.
Yeah, and
Embrace what you're gonna do.
who actually wants to play video games and get noticed. So it's like go do that on some cam horse site, like where you can actually make probably more money or something. I don't know how much you make.
Right. That's what I wonder, because
can't,
there's a thin
You
line
can't.
there.
But like you're usurping a position.
Well, I know that Selena 22 chick. Like I know she makes a ton. She's like, we see.
That's a
seen her
thick
stuff.
line, though. She's not near Twitch girl. She's an actual porn star.
Now that's true. I think I
Yeah.
feel like that's where. Well, just go ahead and cross over to that line.
I
That's
would
what-
like it. I think that all hot girls should cross over to that line.
Yeah, absolutely.
You guys have had, I don't mean to throw you on a bus, you guys probably have more understanding of like how tokens work on those sites, like the my free cams and stuff like that. Like you probably know the estimated amount of whatever 1,000 tokens is.
I can't.
But all I know is I can go to like there's this one streamer who popped up. Her name is what is her name now? Fuck, it used to be Jugscast. It's Kristen Plays. I've got to pull up an image for you because I know that none of you have seen it. She
I'm on the
was
way.
oh, you are? She was a porn star, and you'll understand immediately why this was a very lightning rod of a streamer, because this is the most modest thing that she would ever wear, and her title was Jugscast. It's like
Wow.
she has 30. It's like 34 double J cups.
Got a gun to him.
And she would put in her description links to her Kickstarter to get her bigger boobs.
Hell
like,
yeah.
Like links like donate $200 towards my next breast upgrade, and you'll
Fuck
get like
yeah.
my Kick and my Snapchat.
They
But
might
I would
be
pay
fake.
more if she did them one at a time, though. That's what I want. like I want this one to be
Watermelon and a
this big.
baseball-
Yeah.
That would be
for
if
the-
she did one, and then you had to donate to match them.
Coming 2016, the left titty. Great. I want to be part of that Patreon.
Yes.
terrible.
Yes.
Those look like they'd be as like hard as cobblestones. Like
Oh
they don't-
yeah.
40
Yeah, absolutely.
pounds
You could.
total. 20 pounds each.
I've never
yeah.
touched a fake boob, right? Never happened. And I believe Kyle could make it happen for me. I just need to get permission. I want to be like, Jackie, it's not even a sexual thing. I just want to know. Can I squeeze one boob? We're going to Chicago. Kyle's got I don't know, 3 or 4 women out in Chicago I could choose. Not now, just hypothetically. Kyle could arrange it. I'm sure.
You could just put a couple phone calls. Like, can you send your best fake titties out here right now?
Yeah, come
My
on.
friend Woody's never felt them. I
One
need the
tweet
best.
from Kyle would have 6 of them volunteering to let me squeeze.
He's like,
Really?
that could ruin his future endeavors in trying to do that. If it's like, oh, now every time he tweets, he's just got some old man with him who wants to.
I showed up to fuck Kyle. He just had this old dude who. I got the fuck up out of there. It was weird.
It's weird. Right before I fuck Kyle, this old guy squeezes each boob and then heads back out the door.
that's how I just.
was a doctor. I'm not sure.
He was checking me for
The doctor?
lumps.
can
But
picture
I-
Woody doing it, not even in like a sexual way, just like pensively, like,
Like, really trying to.
oh, I've seen enough. Yeah, like, just moving your finger. Up.
I feel like if you're polite, like most women will let you, get a grip on there. Especially if you can. It's very easy. You kind of get into the conversation, just basically
It's
naturally.
like, removing a tumor or something like that. But this is
Most
not.
women aren't very shy about their boobs, as long as you're not a weird creeper about it.
That's true.
There's a very fine line you have to walk.
Yeah.
I call it the titty line.
It's a razor's edge. And apples on it.
It absolutely is a razor's edge because you have to be interested in the breasts, but you can't be like stroking yourself while you do it. It has to be somewhere in between where like
Now I
clearly-
know where I'm going wrong.
where like clearly
Are
interested.
those real?
Yeah, you have to be at least 60-40 split, where like 60% of your interest is like medical and scientific and general curiosity, and the 40% is just general attraction. And that way you don't come off as a real
You have to
weirdo.
you have to feign more curiosity, so it's
Like
more.
yeah.
Oh,
No, those aren't fake. No way. Those are real. Can I give them a little? Yeah. All right. Yeah. something like that. And you get some titty squeezes in. And we could totally get Woody hooked up with somebody with some fake boobies, I'm sure. I'm sure there's dozens
There's probably
of listeners.
someone watching this right now who's like, you know what? He can do it to me. I don't want to let that poor old man die without ever having touched.
Or maybe
an
your
enhanced
wife
boob.
out there. Maybe she's got some fake titties that Woody could give a honk. We're looking for some big ones though. We don't want we want like some big giant stripper titties. So that
Really?
like
Somewhere
yeah.
between that and what we're seeing here in this picture, because this picture here is frankly just unappealing. It looks like a video game character that a 12-year-old got out of control with. And
So here's the deal with like the way fake breasts feel. It really depends on a few different things, and one of them is how big the breasts were before the enhancement. Because if she went from like a B to a C, those are some nice boobies. If she went from a C to a D, those are some really nice boobies. There's lots of like real booby on top to like feel when you're like touching them before you get to the enhanced part, which frankly feels like a bag of
too small
solution.
and you jump too much, then it removes all the density of the titty flesh, and so you're just feeling that bag of viscous. Is it saline now? Is that what they do?
saline,
Yeah.
silicone. It depends. But you know, it's very hard. The skin can be very tight. It doesn't bounce or do cool stuff. That's not always ideal, but you know, to each his own.
It's pretty
If-
logical.
There's no such thing as a fake titty anyway. If you can touch them, they're real. That's my book.
Yeah,
so
I've never touched a fake boob, but a lot of guys are not fans of fake boobs.
It's
As are liars.
I was gonna say it's like all depending on what Kyle says. Like if you have somebody who goes from like an A cup, like there's not a lot, like you just put it underneath the muscle. So like if you don't have a lot there to begin with, and you go up a couple cup sizes, like yeah, it's probably not gonna feel that great, and it's gonna kind of look a little wonky because it's not proportional to you or something like that. But if you get proportional boobs, like maybe up 1 cup size from a B to a C, like he said, or a C to a D, like it's gonna look normal, it's gonna look good, it's gonna feel pretty normal. But at the same time, like you can tell. I mean, it's like you can, like a good squeeze or two, and you'll be like, "There's not something's
it
fucky
depends.
right here."
I think I've experienced that 4 different times.
have
There was one lady who's had just very, very big boobies, and she was actually older. Like she was in her late 30s, I'm gonna say, but she had went from like a C to a D seemingly, and those were excellent. Those felt real. And they were like big and like unnaturally perky and all that stuff. Those are excellent.
Those are like, yeah.
But sometimes I've also known very tiny girls who it was clear like just didn't have any boobies at all. They had like an A cup or less, and they had gone to like a C. And in that case, it's just like super tight skin, like 2 half circles just pop like stuck to the chest.
Like a drum skin, like a snare drum
Yeah,
almost.
yeah, very very tight fitting.
Dead tight.
Yeah, that's not the best.
No.
So it really depends. And I've also known girls that went from like a B to like a big C, and that's pretty nice too. It just really depends on the surgeon as well, because I know they can do like under the muscle or over the musculature, and I think you want it to go under. I think ideally you want them crammed in through the armpit. And then in some cases, they're moving the nipples around. They're cutting the nipple off and moving it somewhere else. You
Don't fuck with the nipple. I don't want
you
you.
gotta make sure you don't get all like crazy eyed like something with those nipples, because I feel like that's a big part of what makes breasts
Some really
attractive.
fucking
It's
nipples.
like symmetrical nipples that whether they like turn up or go straight out and look at you.
My
or
taste in nipples changed as I went through puberty.
I like all nipples. There's no bad nipple. There are
like
bad nipples.
Amazonian 3-inch nips, just like fucking.
Any
So-
size really.
Any size I'm with.
Yeah.
But I'll say this: what happened was when I like the 9-year-old version of me like small nipples, right? That was this thing. Nipples should be smaller. The smaller, the better. That was just like tight, perfect, put together, etc. And then as I got older,
Like dude nips. They should be
yeah,
like dude
you know what's
nips.
funny? Because as I got older, it was like, you know what? I don't like nipples that look like mine are not what I'm looking for anymore. I want nipples that look like hers.
I don't care. I like all nipples. Like redheaded chicks have like tiny little pink nipples, and those are cool. And like Filipino chicks have like these really dark brown chewy nipples, and I like those too. And
Milk dud
they can
nips.
be big and red. And
I love
like-
that they're chewy.
Yeah, they're chewy. yeah.
Kyle,
That's so nasty.
make it yours. Like very short or like a pixie stick cut in half. stuck
I don't
on.
care. Like they could be long. They could literally be like like an inch long or something, or they could be like really
All
tiny.
right, bullshit.
where you
If
almost
you
can't
can, like
touch them.
give a blowjob to a girl's nipples, like
Yeah.
there needs. No,
I'll one up Kyle.
we need to
I don't
fucking
care if
cut
there's a
those
hairy
right
circle.
now.
Broke that nipple, boy.
I don't
Get
care.
it down there. Get it down there.
I don't care if there's a circle of hair around the nipple. I'll still do it.
That is not a.
You'll suck some dick
First of
nipples,
all,
please?
I'm not surprised, but let me just say that's a no fucking go for me.
See, I want
If you have a hairy nipple,
Yeah,
then
you-
I will
what
bite the
is wrong
hair,
with you?
yank it out, and then leave. I'll be like, I'll come back when you finish the job. like,
That's what
So
you do.
gross.
I have an AMA
You
question.
leave while